Hello and welcome back to Wolf Trip. I know it's been a while, but have a crazy and very interesting story to tell you. So, as you read in the title, I saved a baby monkey with my friends in Nepal. So, I will tell you everything that happened from the beginning to the end. And it's a pretty long story, so make yourself comfortable and let's go to Nepal. It was April 28, 2023, and we found ourselves at Beknas Lake. It's a breathtaking lake just an hour's of drive from Pokhara, which is the second largest city in Nepal. I was with Nicholas from the USA, Amit from Israel, and Lucas from Germany, and we were eager to explore the surroundings of the lake and cross a massive suspension bridge known as the Rupa Suspension Bridge. But over there, we met three locals around, I would say, 20 years old, and they had a baby monkey into their head, a very small baby monkey. But something was off, like the baby was crying, he felt like very, very uncomfortable into their hands. So we all had a very bad feeling towards those guys, and we had to do something. The locals gave us the monkey into Amit and Nicolas' arm. And all together, we try to understand this situation about where the mother is, and we try to communicate with them, but because they didn't speak good English, I directly took my phone out to use it as a translator. But they didn't want to communicate. They didn't want to cooperate at all, which was a real problem. All of what they were saying was the mother is dead. That's it. So what we did is that we called Sunil, which is a friend of ours that is in Kathmandu and could serve us as a translator. He spoke on the phone with one of the locals for a few minutes, and according to the information, the mother was indeed dead, but they didn't provide Sunil any more details to explain what had happened. We honestly suspected that they killed the mother, but still, until today, we're not sure. And from there, we tried again to communicate with them and retrieve the baby to find competent people to save him and rehabilitate him, maybe into the nature.
Hello? Hello. Hi. Hi. Who am I speaking to? Is this hard? Cool. My name is Amit, and I'm a traveler. I'm a tourist here, and now I'm near a Bagnas Lake, Rupa Lake, and we found here a baby monkey. Very, very small. Now it was in the hands of locals, and we don't know what they were trying to do with this monkey. But we're not sure they had good intentions, and we took them. It's now with us here on the same spot, and we try to understand what to do. It's a very small one. Yes, with us. Put the speaker.
However, one of the three locals had a very aggressive behavior.
Don't touch me!
You don't want to fight, my friend.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
He even went into the forest to take a large piece of wood to intimidate or attack us, but luckily nothing happened.
No.
We were also in the same time in the contact with the police, and the locals, they didn't want us to call the police. They didn't want to do anything with the police. And honestly, for me, in my mind, it was like, if you are all clear and if you have nothing to hide, why would you care if we call the police? Because maybe if we are stealing your baby away from you, you will be even more happy to form us to call the police because we will tell them that, hey, it's mine. But it gave us even more the proof that maybe they did something wrong, and that's why they didn't want the police to be involved into anything of that. And towards the end, we understood that they really wanted to sell the monkey also, because they were telling us, monkey money, and they wanted us to pay for the monkey, which we didn't. Until there, we thought that it was going to be easy for us to find an appropriate place for him to stay, but we were far from thinking that it will bring us very far from where we were and take a lot of energy. Upon returning to the hotel, we immediately researched what we should feed to the baby, and we went to get powder milk for infants. We also needed to find him a name. So the thing is, all of us were eating a lot of momos, which, as you can see on my t-shirt, I'm a big fan. And the momos are kind of dumplings, but it's the name that they use in Nepal. So altogether, we just decided to name him Momo. Easy. And honestly, taking care of him was taking a lot of energy. We never left him alone. He was 24/7 with us. He was sleeping in one of our rooms. So when he was sleeping into one of our rooms, the person that was taking care of him during the night, it was like taking care of a children, because you have to feed him every 2 or 3 hours because it's still a baby. So you don't have the chance to get a lot of sleep. And then, of course, we needed to find him or her, because we don't know yet until today if it's a him or her. We needed to find him a new place. So we contacted rescue centers, many of them. Honestly, a lot, like countless number we had to call, because all of them, we had like to find the same answer, two answers. Either we just do not take care of monkeys, we only take care of cats and dogs. Either then they were like putting us into the direction to leave baby monkey into a zoo. And honestly, I know that some zoos are incredibly nice and you have like a huge cage for the animals, but honestly, it's not the case of all the zoos. So it was out of the question for us to leave him or her, like to leave Momo into a zoo. No way. But the thing is, the time was passing and we were still not finding any solutions. It was really frustrating, honestly. It was really frustrating to always have the same answer. And one question can occur, like, how can you take care of dogs and cats, but you are not able to take care of a baby monkey? We're not talking about a monkey that is already grown up, It's just a baby monkey that I'm sure could make friends with the other animals around because it's still so small. But anyway, you know what? In life, there is one thing: you have to be persistent and consistent. So we had one objective to do, and we were going to find a solution at the end. Even if it meant to extend our visa to stay longer in Nepal, it was no other solution for us to leave him somewhere else than a nice place for him. We also traveled, so at some point we went to Pokhara, to a rescue center that we already called, and they told us, of course, that they were not taking care of monkeys. And those people at that rescue center, they sent us to see another place for baby monkey. It was really nearby our hotel in Begnas Lake, and we went there, and it was horrible. It was more like a terrible zoo that kept wild animals in tiny cages and in horrible conditions. Honestly, it was so sad. I was so sad over there that I cried. And I was so sad to realize how some humans lack of humanity. And it's terrible to see how some humans have no sense of empathy. They are living beings like us. How can you do that? How can you do this to those poor animals? So it was evident that we will never leave Momo in such conditions. Oh gosh. Don't worry, little guy, we don't leave you here. No, no, no. But as you know, time was passing and we still hadn't found a satisfactory solution for Momo. So Amit and I kept contacting many numbers. And one contact seemed promising at first in Kathmandu. According to my contact, he had an acquaintance, an animal lover who already had a monkey. And really, the contact seemed perfect at first, until I received these videos. Seriously. So first of all, it was a big no, but do you find that funny? Do you find that funny to prank your animals like that, to scare them, to gain what, more followers, to have more views, to be the next trendy videos? What the fuck is wrong with some people? Honestly. So yeah, same. We still had no solutions. My friend Amit and I still kept going and calling all the contacts that we were seeing every day. And then, miraculously, there was one number that I contacted and that called me back. And right from the start, had a very good feeling about this person. I sent him some photos and videos of Momo, and finally, in front of me, I have someone that wants the same thing for Momo and who shares the same values and vision as us regarding the zoos and other matters. But, because there is a but, he was 450 kilometers away from where we were. It's far, but in the same time, we finally found the person with whom we have a great connection. So why should we wait any longer? The next day, we were ready to, we packed all of our stuff and we were on our motorbike and we set off finally towards Bardia National Park. That brought us into a 450 kilometers journey to meet Parkash. Well, I mean, not quite yet. I was feeling super unwell on the motorbike 10 minutes after taking the road. So on the first day of driving, we made a stop after not even 1 hour of driving in Pokhara. At least we had the time to take an appointment the day after at the vet for Momo. Because let's not forget that it's wonderful to help animals, but we also need to protect ourselves from fatal diseases like rabies that are still existing in Nepal, unfortunately. The next day, before taking the road, we went to our appointment at the vet, and the vet, that place was really, really great. And they told us that baby Momo is adorable, what we already knew, and he was in very great health. Phew. We just went to the veterinary and he's super healthy, he's hidden somewhere there. And this day we were planning to drive around 200 kilometers, but things got a bit tricky on the road. At the beginning, everything was perfect. Perfect weather, beautiful roads in the mountains. But after driving 3 or 4 hours, we got caught in a rain like I've rarely seen before. We made a stop in a garage to check the nearby hotel because it was not possible for us to continue with that train. And at some point, this happened. We went uphill, like very uphill, and when I arrived to the top, I heard Lucas crashing in the hill. So being a bit panicked, I totally let down my motorbike because I didn't find the feet. More fear than harm, Momo was still sleeping in Lucas' jacket after a crash in motorbike. The following day, after the fall down, Lucas had some issue in the morning with his motorbike, like if he didn't want to give the full gas. And 1 hour before arriving at our destination, my motorcycle has derailed. And we were, of course, in the middle of nowhere. After trying to push my motorbike to the next city with my leg for half an hour, we finally decided to stop some cars or trucks to help us out. And it worked. Some locals and a tractor stopped, and they had all the tools to fix the motorbike directly on the road. I went to many garages during that trip, but it was a premiere for me to experience it on the road. We were able then to continue our road to Kuala Lumpur in the evening. And the next day, we finally met Parkash for the first time in Nepal, where he was in a mission to rescue a dog and a cow that were both hit by a vehicle. We learned that he has been working for an association based in the US for 9 years, and he has his own association and shelter for a couple of years, rescuing all types of animals. He kindly invited us to his home, and we had the chance to meet Momo's new family, which includes humans, dogs, and even cows. The following day was absolutely fantastic. We visited his shelter, and it was incredible to see all the dogs together and not confined in small cages. I was really overjoyed with all the love around me. And I asked him if people come to adopt dogs here, and he replied to me that no one in Nepal wants street dogs. People want purebred dogs. No matter which country you're in, there are so many abandoned animals just waiting to find a loving family willing to give and receive love. Why do we seek always to get the most beautiful dog, the complicated purebred cat to have? And I think that the question to ask her is, what are we looking for when we're adopting? To have and give love, right? And can you imagine the gift that you can offer to these dogs who have little or never experienced receiving love? Could that not be the most beautiful gift that you can give? And the love we receive in return might be even greater. So honestly, what do we care about the breed of dogs we're going to have when we are aware that there are so many animals waiting for a loving family? Anyway, Parkash also showed us around, and that day was a truly unforgettable day. We had also many discussions that evening, and several topics came up. Let's not kid ourselves. With social media, it's all about appearance. And we were wondering how many people claim to be animal lovers just to get a nice photo to post on Instagram, but will never go clean the shelters for this animal. How many say they want to help, but when it comes down to actually helping, they are nowhere to be found? Through these many discussions, it became clear that Parkash Herd is in the right place, and he has an incredible devotion to help any animal or person on this planet. His association, Solstice Hope Street Animal Rescue, operates thanks to the kindness and generosity of each and every one of you. You will find the link to the Instagram page in the description. In the first place, you can see every mission they are going into, all the animals that they are saving. And you will find also a link where, if you feel the hurt, you can give something to help them. The next day, Momo met the puppies, and honestly, it was incredibly cute, and they all got along so well. And for us, it was time to leave. So the following week, we went to Bhatia National Park, drove around the area, and we came back on our way back to Parkash home for a couple of days, where we had also the chance to meet Angela, the creator of Solstice Hope Street Animal Rescue, and Molly, working also for the association. They arrived after a long travel directly from the US. They arrived with countless luggage to bring what was needed for the association, because in Nepal they are really struggling to get all the necessary medications and even food to save the animals. And it is a real problem in Nepal, and it is extremely tricky for them to find everything they need. And for me, honestly, it was a real pleasure to see myself surrounded of all of those giving and passionate people around me. I'm so happy to see that Momo has a new loving family. And who knows, maybe in the future, Momo's going to go back in the nature, because Momo's going to have the entirely freedom to choose what is best for him or her. And it's so really incredible to see people like Parkash that have a big heart and a crazy dedication and devotion to help every person on this planet. It really gave me hope, honestly, because with all the things that we're saying nowadays, about scandals, bad people, like when you can kind of lose hope in humanity, but seeing people like him makes me believe that, have more hope. And I would like to say a big thank you to Parkash, to his family also. It was incredible. The hospitality was really, really great. And I would like to say also a big thank you to Solstice, or all the people who are working for Solstice Hope Street Animal, whether they're inside the association but also outside. So all the vets that are working with them around. And more globally, I would like to say thank you to all the people who choose a path of service, whether it is to help animals, but humans also, for the environment. I would like to say thank you to all of those people, because without you, this world would be much shitty. So, thank you for that. And I think that, of course, we all have we all have our life. We all have a very busy schedule. But I truly believe that altogether, even a small gesture from time to time could really make a difference. Even something small can really have a big impact, even if we don't realize it. So, maybe altogether we can make something better. A better tomorrow. So to conclude, I would say that after 8-9 months of traveling and incredible journey, incredible experience, this chapter was from far the most remarkable, the most marking, the most amazing experience I had. And I tell you, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I tell you, see you soon, because there are many stories to tell and experiences to live. Ciao.